Hi and welcome to another video about Microsoft Access. This time I'm going to discuss how we can actually make triple state checkboxes in Microsoft Access. So typically if you make a checkbox, it's either a yes or no, a true or false answer. What if we have a need to have a triple state, which is basically an unknown state and then a yes and a no? So sometimes we don't have an answer and we don't want to default it to false. We don't want to default it to true. We want to leave it null, empty, however you want to qualify it, as an unknown state. We don't have the answer yet and we don't want to default it to an erroneous value either. How do we do that? Well, it really isn't very hard, and for this actually I'm pulling from what I've done for years in web development, and basically well, here, let's just dive in and you'll see this is truly remarkably simple to do once you know how. So let's just look at it in operation for 2 seconds. I have two setups going on here. So I have the upper section, which is a standard yes/no field. So as you can see here, I can click it, I can unclick it, but I cannot put it in an undetermined state. I can't put it in that null state. It's either true or it's false. There's no in between. If you look at the table for 2 seconds, as you can see here for the T01, it is false. If we check it and make it true, and we refresh this for a second, I'd need to go on another record, wouldn't I, to make the save, and you see it's true. Now we can try to clear it. We can go through hoops and we can try to clear it if we want, as you'll see. So I'm clearing it, but as you see, the value here has simply been swiped over to a null value. Let's force the save, and as you see, it just says false. I can't get it to be null. You'll see the distinction in 2 seconds. You'll also see here I can click it and it goes to false. That's it. If I try to make it a triple state, because there is a property for it, and we'll look at that in 2 seconds, then you'll see it becomes completely incapable of clicking it again. So if you set it to a triple state in a standard yes/no scenario, the checkbox literally stops working, which is just amazing to me. So let's look at that setting just so you know what I'm talking about very quickly. If you look here under data, you have this option for triple state. So I said, yes, I want this normal yes/no to be a triple state. But as you saw and as you see, once it goes to false, you can no longer reactivate it. It's gone. And if you look in the table, force the save and come back, it's simply false. It's not checked. It's a 0. It's false. So that doesn't help us. Triple state property with a standard yes/no checkbox does nothing for us. So basically all of that to say, a standard yes/no data type does nothing for our need. So let's look at the design. You'll see the original one, like I said, the triple state here, the T01. T01 is simply a yes/no. Okay, I haven't done anything special. Now the fix to this, the way to be able to handle triple state, is you switch over, and I've just named it TS02, to a number data type. In this case, I made it into an integer. Once again, I'm setting the default to null. You know, if you have a different scenario where null is another value, -9, whatever, you can always change your defaults. But for this demo, I've set it that my triple state is going to be a null value when it's an unknown. Now when I come here, as you're going to see, I have unknown, I have true, and I have false. So as you can see, unknown has a bar, not quite sure why they did that. A check mark is true, and false is no. I also have, as you're going to see here, so right now it's set as true, as yes. Well, I can also use VBA code very simply to reset it. And as you see, we've gone back. If we make it go to no, I can reset it. And there you go. And it's triple state, so when it's in a null manner, as you see, neither one of my two original options are selected. And that's literally the trick to making a triple state button or a checkbox, option group, whatever you're wanting, is just don't use yes, no data types, switch it to a numeric. Now, if you really want to just see what I do in the background, that clear button, as you can see here, I'm taking that value and I'm setting it back to a null value, which was the default value originally, right? I do a do events and I do a refresh because there's some type of bug in the visual that even though you change the value, it doesn't update. I don't know why. It's just one more of these issues with Microsoft. So the trick, you do a me refresh and you have no issues. The visual works properly. And that is how you can do a triple state. So you can do it here, okay? And you can also do it through an option box if you want. You can also take a peek here at this checkbox per se. As you see here, now I have a triple state property of yes, but it works properly because I'm not using a yes-no data type. I'm using a numeric data type. And that's all there is to creating triple state checkboxes, option groups in your Access forms. Hope this proves to be useful to a few of you out there, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.